securely fastened. Tray tables and seat backs must be in the upright and locked position. We should be on the ground shortly.
La primera vez que estuve en un internado fue como a los 8 años. Antes de llegar a Panamá, fui en varios hogares. Algunos por mi comportamiento, otros por la edad, porque me fugaba.
Alvaro Hall is a kid that's very special to me because when he was 8 years old, he went to camp with the rest of the kids from Metro Amigo, and he came up to me and he tapped me on the shoulder and he said, "Tracy, can you do me a favor? Can you adopt me?" And I was just speechless because you want to say yes, but then I told him I would love to adopt you, but then I would have to adopt all of these kids. And so then he went away, he came back a few minutes later, he tapped me on the shoulder and again, and he said, "Tracy, if you can't adopt me, could you find me a family to live with?" And it kind of clicked and I thought, you know what? Maybe we can't do a huge orphanage, but we can start one home at a time.
Esperé hasta que llegaran las casas. Y llegué.
Panama is a foundation based in Panama that is really focused on helping abandoned and orphan children.
They're coming from institutions from the government, and a couple ones coming from a very tough, dangerous district in the city. But most of those kids come from a place it's called Metro Amigo.
Metro Amigo is a protection center for kids 0 and up that get in trouble at home. They either run away or they're abused physically or sexually or abandoned, or somebody reports a case, or they get in trouble with the law but nothing serious to go to jail.
We really became concerned about 17 and 18-year-old children opting out of the system. And what that means is once they get that age, regardless if they have any family whatsoever, they're essentially pushed out the door and onto the streets. And what we learned and got concerned about is 70% of the boys and almost 80% of the girls, once they hit the streets, would either end up in gangs or prostitution.
They will go the easy way, and which is a way that has all kind of trouble and destruction.
Antes de venir acá, primero estuve en un hogar para niños llamado Fátima. En Fátima, bueno, no era muy mal estar ahí, pero hay veces que los más grandes, en ese tiempo yo estaba pequeño, entonces los más grandes querían como que abusar de mí, golpearme y hacer muchas cosas. Entonces por esa parte no me gustaba. Nadie me quería porque entonces, tenía familia que me podían tener, pero como estaba de casa en casa, sentía como que nadie quería tenerme y no tenía quien me tuviera. Entonces estuve un tiempo viniendo los fines de semana acá y después de un tiempo de creo que 4 meses ya quedé viviendo permanentemente acá.
In our personal experience with Tracy, my wife, she's been visiting Metro Amigo for 18 years. We took about 4 of those kids into our home.
You start learning their needs and their situations, and you start learning that some of them have been in Metro Amigo for 5-6 years, have nowhere to go, or in Kurundu you find out he's not eating for a day or two. And so we saw that if they have the opportunity to live in a home, that's going to be the best way that you can help them change.
That gave us the idea, the vision of developing not institutional programs like other orphanages, but a family environment.
We have 3 houses up and running now with 3 sets of loving house parents and a total of 20 kids. We're really structured with a mother and a father with up to 8 children in a home. The kids that we look at are between the ages of 11 to 18, and it shows 2 sets of qualities. One is that they have the ability to change, to finish school, to learn a trade, and be able to live on their own. And a second important aspect of that is not only the ability to change, but the willingness to change. We'll work with these boys and girls for 2, 3, 4 months. Some of them we've known for years. And that's how we get to figure out whether they do really have the ability and the willingness to change. We provide all the education, everything from books to school supplies to school uniforms, recreation for them to be able to participate in soccer and football tournaments and things like that. Field trips, a lot of us get to do with school to be able to provide transportation to move them around to doctor's appointments and healthcare expenses and all those sorts of things.
I praise God for the people. As dorm parents, they live with the kids day by day and they have to deal with those issues.
They're going to help them learn to be adults and how to care for themselves, how to love other people, how to forgive other people, and how to wrestle away and how to be able to walk away from that pain in their past.
They need to heal a lot, and that's done by the dorm parents, and they're really the ones making this ministry.
Creemos que ellos necesitan saber de que Dios le ama y también que hay personas que tienen interés en su vida. Y por eso nosotros creemos que es importante para ellos vivir con una familia que le pueda orientar, que le pueda decir lo que necesitan para vivir, para el futuro, especialmente la necesidad de Dios en su vida. Cada uno de ellos a veces nos sorprenden. A veces con ella, al principio cuando llegamos eran muy como recelosos, muy aparte. Pero ahora ellos llegan de ella, la abrazan, a veces quieren que los carguen en su pierna.
Pesan mucho.
Y cosas así, entonces eso para mí es algo muy impactante porque veo la necesidad, ¿no? Quizás no lo dicen, pero su actitud dice, necesitamos una mamá, necesitamos un papá.
Me siento más tranquilo y siento que no tengo la preocupación de la cual tenía cuando vivía con mi tía un tiempo que tenía que solo, era para mí como que solo estaba luchando yo para poder estar bien.
Lo que no me gusta ahora en Panamá es como gente que uno conoce que trate bien, pues. No sé, no puedo decir como una familia porque como no estaba en eso, pero mejor que en otros lugares.
Alvaro is one of our kids that we had met in Metro Amigo when he was 8 years old. And he has been in the program for 2 years with now. But Alvaro had another kid in there that we met, and he never made it to Ana Panama. We didn't have Ana Panama at that time, and he was taken by another gang. And sadly, he was killed by them. It happened so often in those places and with those kids that seeing God raising Ana Panama and already helping those kids is a tremendous blessing and encouragement. Alvaro is just an open letter to people in Metro Amigo. CENIAF, which is the institution under the government that handle all the abandoned and abused cases of children in Panama, that they know Alvaro. And Alvaro has been in 16 different places, institutions, before Ana Panama. And he ran away from every one of those.
Y ya estando Ana Panamá aquí, ha abierto una puerta de esperanza para ellos, lo que es sus estudios, vivir en un lugar, sentirse queridos, que lo estiman, que ellos valen y que pueden ser útiles para la sociedad. Eso es lo que es Ana Panamá, y gracias a ustedes está Ana Panamá aquí.
Porque entendí que no siempre iba a ser un niño y tenía que aprender nuevas cosas.
Today we're celebrating the inauguration of the first permanent home. Ana Panama owns it.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for coming. really from the bottom of our heart, we just think about the way that God has moved over so many years to bring us to this day. Through God working, through people from the United States, from Argentina, from Panama, it brought all of this together. Our first home was opened in November of 2011. And here we are today, a short, 18 months later, celebrating God's gift of this property to be able to care for probably 16 children on this property with room to play, ability to do schools, and know the love of parents, and to know that they're secure and safe and never turned away. The possibilities and the lives that we can impact through people's help, just answering the call of God to care for these abandoned and orphan children. It's awesome now because they're here and they're safe and they're loved and they're cared for. But 5 years from now, to see Ismael and Rafael and Alvaro and giving back the kids that are suffering like they did. That is what it's all about.
Como que si tienen un sueño, no dejen de luchar por eso, porque Ana Panamá para mí es mi casa.